Welcome to Tiffany & Company, the epicenter of luxury and jewelry design. In 1837, Charles Lewis Tiffany and John B. Young founded an emporium of stationery in New York. Driven by Charles's father, who invested $1,000 from the profits of a cotton factory, the store was established. Initially located at 259 Broadway in Lower Manhattan, the store was founded under the name Tiffany, Young & Ellis. One of the most notable peculiarities of the brand is that, unlike other stores in the 1830s, Tiffany set clear prices for its products, eliminating negotiations, and only accepted cash payments, refusing credit purchases. In 1845, they introduced their traditional product catalog, an innovation resembling the concept of direct mail today. This catalog now symbolizes Tiffany's annual traditional publication. However, as early as 1845, a curious detail was noticeable. The cover displayed a vibrant turquoise blue. This marked the beginning of the Tiffany blue color. The motivation behind the color choice remains a mystery to this day, but one theory echoes strongly. In the 19th century, turquoise was fashionable in Europe, and the United States eagerly awaited imports from the Old World. Another theory suggests that Charles Tiffany was influenced by a painting depicting Empress Eugenie of France and her ladies-in-waiting, in which the sovereign wore a shade of blue resembling turquoise. However, this painting was created in 1855, a decade after the first catalog's release. In 2001, the blue color was officially patented by Pantone as 1837 blue, in honor of the year Tiffany & Company was founded. Only in 1853, when Charles Tiffany took over the company with John B. Young's departure, was the store renamed Tiffany & Company. It was at this moment that the brand's focus shifted to jewelry. Importing unique items from Europe, the store quickly became a symbol of luxury, bringing to the American elite the unique pieces that were previously only available in the Old World. During that time, Charles Tiffany traveled to Europe multiple times to bring back jewelry from partners for resale in the American market. But the pinnacle of his acquisitions was the purchase of the French crown jewels in 1887. At that point, the Second French Empire had collapsed, and the royal jewels were available. Charles Tiffany seized the opportunity and acquired a treasure trove of gemstones and artifacts. In addition to importing jewelry in the 1850s, the brand began creating its own pieces using sterling silver. This decision was a catalyst for the store's growing fame, attracting an increasingly illustrious and notable clientele. Among these notable customers was the President of the United States, Abraham Lincoln, who personally visited the store in 1862 to acquire a set of pearls to gift to his wife. Still in the year 1862, during the challenging years of the American Civil War, Tiffany & Company joined forces with the Union Army to provide Model 1840 cavalry sabers, flags, and surgical instruments. 5 years later, in 1867, an international milestone awaited. Tiffany became the first to win the Excellence in Silverware Award at the Exposition Universelle in Paris. In 1878, the legendary yellow diamond was acquired. Charles Lewis Tiffany found a treasure in the mines of South Africa, a diamond of majestic proportions for which he paid $18,000 to acquire. The diamond originally weighed an impressive 287 carats. However, after cutting, it was reduced to 128 carats. This treasure became known as the famous Tiffany Diamond. The famous diamond traveled the world, making appearances at various exhibitions. However, it was worn by only 4 women over the years. The first to wear this rare jewel was Mary Whitehouse in 1952. Years later, in 1961, the iconic Audrey Hepburn adorned the diamond to capture imagination in promotional images for the movie, Breakfast at Tiffany's. Decades later, the Tiffany Diamond resurfaced prominently as a Lady Gaga during a musical performance in 2019. In a more recent moment, in 2021, Beyoncé chose the jewel for a campaign titled, About Love Prati. The fame of the Tiffany Diamond also appeared in the movie, Death on the Nile, starring actress Gal Gadot. However, it was a replica of the stone. Charles Lewis Tiffany revolutionized engagement proposals when, in 1886, he conceived the iconic Tiffany solitaire ring, the dream jewel of countless brides. A single diamond delicately set by 6 strategically positioned prongs created the illusion of floating above the band. This masterpiece became known as the Tiffany setting. This jewel is the symbol of all Tiffany advertising campaigns, revolving around love, establishing that the Tiffany setting ring is not just a piece of jewelry. It embodies eternal love. Each piece of jewelry is an expression of artisan dedication, with even the simplest rings requiring about 50 hours of meticulous work. For more elaborate designs, the process can extend up to 500 hours, where each detail is carved with love and skill. With the passing of Charles Lewis Tiffany in 1902, the future of the brand passed into the skillful hands of his son, Lewis Comfort Tiffany. Under his guidance, Tiffany thrived as never before. Lewis Tiffany became the first creative director of Tiffany & Company. His passion for artistic trends of the time, such as Art Nouveau, ushered in a new era for the brand. His creations were infused with natural elements, featuring an array of flowers, birds, and a deep connection to fauna and flora. Most of the famous and distinctive jewelry pieces created by Lewis Comfort Tiffany were colorful stained glass, renowned for their vibrant colors and intricate designs. These pieces are true works of art that continue to be sought after by collectors and art enthusiasts. In the 1940s, Tiffany & Company acquired its most iconic store, located at a landmark spot in New York City. That would go on to serve as the backdrop for productions like Breakfast at Tiffany's, Gossip Girl, and many other memorable films. Situated at the intersection of 7th Avenue and 5th Avenue, this store became a must-visit tourist destination. One of the most notable details of the facade is an imposing clock, held by the shoulders of a human figure. This clock, known as Atlas, pays homage to the mythological Titan Atlas. In 2014, Tiffany brought the legacy of the Atlas clock to life by launching the Tiffany Atlas collection, featuring watches and jewelry adorned with Roman numerals. The year 1961 brought a cinematic glow that forever cemented Tiffany & Company as a cultural icon. The release of the movie, Breakfast at Tiffany's, uniquely immortalized the brand. The opening scene of the film became an iconic symbol. Holly Golightly, played by Audrey Hepburn, exits a taxi and stops in front of Tiffany. Her expression filled with mystery and admiration as she gazes at the window displays. Holding a pastry and a cup of coffee, she is lost in her own world of dreams and aspirations. This expertly captured image encapsulates the enchantment and elegance that Tiffany represents. Tiffany & Company is a haven where the greatest designers have shaped the history of elegance. In 1956, John Schlumberger merged his talent with Tiffany, bringing an innovative design vision that resonates to this day. Andy Warhol, an icon of pop art, also left his mark by collaborating on Tiffany's Christmas cards. European influence was also felt with the arrival of Paloma Picasso, the daughter of Pablo Picasso, who infused a vibrant palette into the jewelry, with a collection that paid homage to the 1980s New York art scene. Elsa Peretti, one of Tiffany's most iconic designers, revolutionized jewelry with her organic and minimalist forms. All the brand's skill in jewelry crafting led it to become the official manufacturer of various sports trophies, including the Vince Lombardi Trophy, coveted by NFL teams that win the Super Bowl, and the Larry O'Brien Trophy, awarded to the NBA champion. In addition to its stunning elegance, Tiffany & Company is a brand committed to sustainability. Since 1992, the company has been sourcing ethical gold, followed by the Kimberley Process certification for diamonds. This rigorous selection rejects over 99% of diamonds, prioritizing integrity in each precious stone. Furthermore, in 2004, Tiffany ceased the sale of coral jewelry due to the decline in ocean health. The famous Tiffany blue boxes are recyclable, echoing their commitment to environmental responsibility. In 2011, the company joined the United Nations Global Compact, aligning its operations with global sustainability and human rights goals. In November 2019, an announcement reverberated in the luxury industry. LVMH would acquire Tiffany & Company for $16.2 billion. However, in September 2020, LVMH decided to cancel the purchase. A legal battle ensued, with Tiffany seeking to enforce the acquisition or seek compensation for damages, while LVMH alleged mismanagement by Tiffany during the pandemic, voiding the purchase contract. Reports suggested that LVMH had backed out due to dividends paid by Tiffany to shareholders, despite financial losses during the pandemic. But in October 2020, a turnaround occurred. LVMH announced it would acquire Tiffany & Company at a reduced price, and legal proceedings were halted. Tiffany & Company shareholders agreed to a $15.8 billion settlement, and the deal was sealed in January 2021, marking the end of Tiffany's independent journey as part of the world's largest luxury group. We hope you've enjoyed this immersion into the dazzling history of Tiffany & Company. If you're interested in exploring more captivating stories, don't forget to subscribe to our channel. Until next time.